This is a story of dissent being crushed since decades. This is about how those in power continuously try to muzzle the voices that stand up against them in the most inhuman way possible. Today, in this video, we bring to you the plight of Alaa Abd El-Fattah, an Egyptian British activist who has spent much of the past decade behind bars and who continues to languish in Egyptian prison even today. But before we get to the real story, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Oneindia. Alaa Abd El-Fattah, is he just one of over 50,000 political prisoners held by Egyptian regime during past several years? Or is he just a number that had or that might fade into oblivion in dingy corners of a prison? No, he is not just another political prisoner. He is the symbol of resistance against autocratic rule in Egypt and a spirit that exemplifies defiance. His is a voice that the Egyptian authorities certainly do not want the world to listen to. But his stand against the regime has cost him very dearly. Just a few days back, his family said that he has now stopped even drinking water to protest against his detention. He has escalated his hunger strike to a level that could definitely prove fatal to him. After a 7-month hunger strike during which he consumed only 100 calories per day, he has now refused food altogether since last Tuesday. And on this Sunday, he went on a water strike. He was a major figure in the 2011 uprising that had toppled long-time President Hosni Mubarak. The massive protests led to the end of almost 30-year rule of Egyptian President Hosni Mubarak. Alaa has been arrested over 8 times under 4 different governments in Egypt. His mother is a math professor and human and women's rights activist, while his father, who passed away in 2014, was a human rights lawyer. Both of his sisters have also been activists, and one of them has been jailed on several occasions. Alaa became a British citizen in 2021, gaining the UK nationality from his London-born mother. This process was carried out in order to make his release easier. Many jailed Egyptian activists with dual citizenships are released on terms that they would denounce their Egyptian citizenship. He is currently serving a 5-year sentence on charges of spreading false news and has already spent a major share of past decade behind bars. His crime was that he shared a simple Facebook post on torture and a retweet that was deemed offensive and against the security of Egypt. Since 2013, when the then Army Chief LCC deposed President Mohamed Morsi of the Muslim Brotherhood, there have been far-reaching crackdown on political dissent in Egypt, drawing criticism from several human rights groups. Right groups say tens of thousands of people have been jailed during these years. Just yesterday, his family has demanded a proof of life from Egyptian regime, fearing the worst possible outcome, since it has already been 3 days he decided to skip water. And a day before this, UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak raised the issue of his release in the Cop-27 meet that is being held in Egypt. Amnesty International and the UNHRC has also called for his immediate release. Climate activists during the Cop-27 meet are also rallying for him, and nobody from the event will go back without hearing his name. The pressure is mounting on Egypt for his release, but Cairo has not said a single word on this. In fact, it has recently arrested hundreds in the latest string of crackdown just before the climate summit began. This was, in a nutshell, plight of this activist who is precariously close to death and whose condition has brought the spotlight on Egypt's records when it comes to free speech and the climate of political activism in the country. We hope you are now aware about Alaa Abd El-Fattah if you did not know already. Thank you for watching.
Subscribe to Oneindia channel and never miss an update.